Hey everybody! So I know it's kind of like weird right now, like I'm all bright and then everything behind me is darker than me, but that's because I thought I was going to have like more time today to record this video, because I went with my mom and I didn't think Julio was going to work today, but he ended up working today. He just got out at 8 p.m. and I just got to his house like a couple minutes ago. Right now it's 9:30, but I got here like at 8:30, 8:40, and so it's nighttime already. So I'm like using a lamp thing behind me to, you know, light myself up. But I really wanted to record the video today so that it'll be uploaded by Sunday, because it does take a long time to upload videos using the camera, because like it takes so long to load into the laptop. It literally takes forever, and so yeah, it's probably gonna take me 2 days to get this up, which is why I wanted to record it today, which is Friday. So this is going to be our Q&A video. You guys did request Julio to be in more videos, and he is in this video, but he's taking a shower right now. But he will, once he gets out of the shower, he's going to, you know, show up in this video and answer the questions that were directed towards him and that are like directed for both of us. And you guys also requested for Eden to be in this video, which he's with his grandma and grandpa right now. If you just heard him, he made some noises. But when Julio comes out and is in the video, then Eden will also come out and be in the video. So they will both be in this video. I also want to say that I might answer some questions like multiple times, and if I feel like I've answered it already, then I'll just quickly, you know, answer it. Okay, sorry, that took me a while. Eden started to cry, and so I took him a bottle. So I'm going to be answering questions off of the YouTube comments on the Q&A video and my questions that were DM'd to me on Instagram, and also questions that I got sent on Ask, and I think that is it. Yeah, so I did get asked like repeated times, you know, the same question a couple times, but I'm sure, you know, I'll remember like, oh, I answered this question, and then I'll just answer it again quickly, because obviously I'm not going to be sure, and it's going to take forever for me to go through all these comments, you know, and figure out if it's put multiple times. But I'm going to start off with all the comments off of the YouTube video. Okay, so the first comment is, how do you feel being a mom at such a young age? I feel exactly how I would feel being a mom at an older age, because, you know, it still would have been this hard even if I was older, and, you know, it still would have been the same. So I don't really feel a certain way being a mom because of my age. I just feel like this is how I would feel even if I wasn't this age. But yes, I don't know how I feel. What baby products have been your savior? Things that you don't necessarily need, but they have helped a lot. His bassinet. So this is his bassinet thing right here. That literally has saved my life so many times. After 6 a.m. he doesn't want to go back to sleep, and I'm trying to teach him that, you know, fall back asleep till 9, which is the time that he wakes up, that he's supposed to wake up, and he is starting to learn, so yay. But so after 6, I obviously can't lay him, like he doesn't want to, you know, fall back asleep. He wants to stay awake, and the bassinet has mesh on the sides. I don't know if you can see it, but this right here is all mesh, so I don't have to worry about him suffocating since he's up and he's like moving around in there. And the reason why I worry so much about that, and the reason why he's not in a crib, is because the people who used to own or rent our house, the house that we live in right now, their baby died of SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome, at 3 months old, and he was in a crib. So my baby is not going into a crib till he is about 4 months old, unless it's during the day. Then obviously if I'm supervising him, he can be in the crib, but during the nighttime he's not going to be anywhere near the crib. The crib isn't even set up right now. He is staying in the bassinet until he turns 4 months old, because I'm not going to risk it. And obviously it can still happen even after he's 4 months old, but the risks of that happening are a lot lower than if he was in the crib right now. And that's just me though, you know, other parents put their kids in the cribs and they're fine, but it's just I'm really paranoid about it, and so I would not be comfortable leaving my baby in the crib just because of the experience. Will you do more videos with the baby's dad? Yes. The reason why he hasn't been in the videos is because Julio works a lot, and he works a lot of hours the days he does work, and he also has soccer practice and all of that stuff, so he almost has something to do every single day. And if he doesn't have something to do, then he's tired from the day before, and he is also pretty sick right now, so that's why he hasn't been in the videos, but he will be in videos. How are you guys doing now? How is it like now being parents? We are doing a lot better. At first, I don't know if you guys, well, obviously you guys all don't have me on social media, but like I was on Twitter, like seriously, like about to cry. It was so emotional the first 2 weeks. I would cry my eyes out just thinking like I'm not gonna be able to sleep for at least like a good 2 or 3 years, like actually sleep 8 hours, actually, you know, be able to sleep. I was so sleep deprived. It was just so hard, and even if he was asleep during the day, I couldn't even fall asleep because it got me so upset. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to wake up in like an hour, because newborn babies wake up like every hour. At least that's how it was for me. He would wake up every hour until he turned around 2 weeks old. He started waking up like every 2 to 3 hours, and now he wakes up every 4 to 3 hours, or sometimes if I get lucky 5 hours he will sleep. He obviously won't sleep 5 hours and then wake up and fall back asleep for another 5 hours, but he will sleep 5 hours sometime during the night for, you know, in a row. But you know, that's how we're doing way better now. I have him kind of on a schedule, at least a nighttime schedule he has, and so I put my body kind of in the same schedule, so now I don't get as tired during the day and as upset because I'm tired. So yeah, but how's it like now being parents? Being parents is wonderful. It is really hard, but it's getting easier every day. Well, not easier, but it's getting like easier to handle every day. I'm still sleep deprived, but you know, as the time goes, he'll learn how to sleep more, hopefully. You know, hopefully he's not one of those babies that still doesn't sleep through the night at like 2 years old. I'm really hoping he's not. My brother is like, he was like that, but now he's about to be 4, and he sleeps a lot. So hopefully he like is one of those babies that starts sleeping through the night like at 7 weeks. I've heard of babies sleeping through the night at 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my god, like those are some lucky parents that their babies sleep through the night. I wish my baby would sleep through the night, but at the same time I like kind of getting up with him at night because it's just like me and him, and it's all quiet, and it's like quiet time for us. And I don't know, he's just so much sweeter in the night, like sweeter, what am I saying? He's so much sweeter in the night, and he's just like, his eyes get so huge because it's darker, easier for him to open up his eyes, and he would just like stare right at me, and he'll be making all these noises, and at night he is just the cutest little thing. Do you enjoy being a mom? Obviously, if you've been hearing me talk about it, yes, I really like being a mom. It's also another question directed toward Julio, so well, he'll answer it when he gets out here. Where did you and Julio meet? Me and Julio met when I transferred schools. I transferred to his school after spring break, so it was the start of second semester, and we got put in the same PE class, which was kind of weird because we weren't in the same team or group. I don't know, I still don't even know how it worked, but they had like groups, and we were not in the same group, and somehow I ended up in the same PE class as him, and that's how I met him, during a softball game. Like, it was my first day, and it was a softball game, and I still remember watching him. Like, we switched, so we went to go bat, and they were out on the field, and I still remember him walking out, and it's just like it was yesterday, and he was laughing, and I remember the first thing I noticed of him was his smile, because he has the cutest smile ever, and he was like laughing, and so I looked at him and I was like, oh my god. And I'm gonna be honest, I hated Julio like the first couple days I met him, because I hated his friend, and he was friends with that friend, and I hated that friend so bad. But now me and that friend are friends. But yeah, so I hated him, and then after a couple days I started liking him. Like, I had a crush on him, and I guess he ended up having a crush on me too. And then one of my friends, like my first friend I made when I got there, which is named Manny, he was in the birth vlog. He was that one kid in the birth vlog. that was like trying to record. He was my first friend when I moved there, and he was friends with Julio, and Julio uploaded a soccer picture where they were like wearing their medals, and he uploaded it with Manny, and so Manny was tagged in it, and I had him as a friend on Facebook. Not Julio, I had Manny. I didn't even know Julio's name. And so it showed up on my newsfeed, and then I recognized Julio, and I knew he was like, hey, he's that cute guy from my PE class. So I clicked on him, and then I said, hey, and then I still remember he was like, hey, and I was like, are you that guy in my PE class? I was so weird. Like, I just asked him, like, are you that guy in my PE class? And he was like, yeah. I don't know if he said yeah or yes. I think he said yeah. And then he had like the little face with like the tongue. And yeah, I still remember it so clearly because I don't know, it was just I don't know I remember it that well. I don't know if that's creepy. This is gonna be a really, really long video because I just keep talking and talking and talking. Do you think that Eden looks more like you or Julio? He is Julio's twin. I'm going to show you guys, the people who don't have me on Instagram, this picture of Julio and Eden side by side. It's Julio when he was a baby, and he is in the bath, but you know his parts are obviously not showing. He is in the bath, and then next to him is a picture of Eden. So the baby in the bathtub right there is Julio, and the baby just in the towel right there is Eden. Can you guys see that resemblance? Yes, that is Julio's twin. I gave birth to Julio's twin. Do you see that? They even have the same double chin. So Julio is, you know, Eden is just looks exactly like him. There's no question. He kind of looks like me when he's asleep though, which, you know, oh, like he's so cute when he's asleep. I just can't. When he's asleep, it is so cute. I just want to wake him back up, but when he wakes up, I'm like, why did I do that? Like, he's gonna be awake forever now. He's never gonna fall back asleep. And yeah, but then he falls back asleep, and I'm like, oh, I miss him. Like, I don't know why. I'll miss him when he's sleeping. I don't know if that's just me. What wrap thing have you been using for your tummy? It's like the things people wear when they wear like the really, really, really tight dresses, and they don't want, like, you know, like flab. Like, I don't know if you guys know, like you know when you wear a really tight dress and you have like a little bit of bloat, that like they put something on to kind of like hold everything in place, and it's like a tight thing, and that is what I wear. It just holds everything in place. I don't wear like a waist trainer or nothing like that because those are not comfortable, and this thing is, and it's like tightening my stomach. Oh, I just got up and no, it didn't work out. Are you still bleeding? I actually just stopped bleeding, and I moved the camera when I got up. Okay, I actually just stopped bleeding 2 days ago. 2 days ago. So today I'm 6 weeks postpartum, you know, hooray. And they're like, if you don't stop bleeding by 6 weeks postpartum, you're abnormal. And I was starting to freak out. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be abnormal. They're gonna try and do all this stuff to me to figure out why I'm still bleeding, and it's gonna suck because I went to my postpartum checkup. I did not know they were about to insert some stuff up in there. I went, like, you know, with no clue that all this stuff was about to get up in my, you know, in my stuff. I thought it was over, like, after we had the baby, that, like, you know, no more exams and stuff. And I went, and they're like making me take off my, you know, my stuff, and I'm like, what? And I was bleeding, and I was just like laying there, and they take a freaking long time, and I'm just laying on the little bed thing with like this puppy pad thing underneath me, bleeding, and they're taking their sweet precious time out there. I was like, no, I'm about to bleed all over their stuff. It's gonna be so weird. But luckily I didn't even bleed on anything. I was like, wow. But I stopped bleeding 2 days ago, and today is Friday, so Wednesday I stopped bleeding. So that was great because, you know, I was about to be 6 weeks, and I was so nervous, and I finally stopped bleeding. So I did bleed for a while. I've heard of people only bleeding for 2 weeks, and I'm over here almost 6 weeks bleeding. I forgot what it felt like to not wear a pad. And I know people are gonna be like, ew, you wear pads. They don't let you wear tampons after you have a baby, so put your hateful comments somewhere else, because they don't let you wear, like, they don't let you have nothing up in there, which I understand. I wouldn't want nothing up in there either, because, you know, I just pop like a watermelon out. You know, nothing is about to, you know, get up in there, because no, I was so nervous to use the bathroom. Like, I was shaking, I was bursting out into sweats, there's chills. I was so scared, and I had a right to be scared because going to the bathroom after you have a baby it's like having another baby. Can we see your tummy? I am very insecure about my stomach right now just because I have always felt good being the size that I was. And so now that I'm not that size, I'm really insecure about it. I'm not insecure about it with other people, but I am insecure about it, like, with Julio. Well, no, not really. Julio likes my tummy. He likes, like, I don't know why he likes it, but, you know, to him, I don't know. Julio likes my tummy, but I personally don't like my stomach anymore because it is just me. Like, it's not for a guy. Like, I love my body, but I don't love my body. I don't know if you understand. I love my body, but I don't love the stretch marks. I don't love the pillow flab. And yeah, and I'm like trying so hard to lose it, and I get so frustrated. The other day I started crying, and I don't know if Julio knows if I started crying, so he's probably gonna watch this and be like, what, you were crying? But yes, I was crying because I was so frustrated. I was like, I'm never ever going to be able to lose these like 13 pounds that I have left. And I was like, oh my god, and it just got so upsetting. And if you have me on Twitter, you already know I was all up in my feelings on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter is like my diary because, you know, I love Twitter. I have all my feelings on Twitter and I don't care.